Every normal company is trying to have good relationship with its customers and fans. It's very simple. If your customers and fans are happy, they will be also happy to give you their hard-earned money. Not only that, but good relationships are a great tool for promoting your product or service. Good PR creates new customers and brings your company even more money. And that's what every company tries to make, right? To make as much money as possible. Or did something change? The worst thing a company can do to its customers is attack them. That's why for most of the companies all over the planet, something like that is totally unthinkable. Unfortunately, there are still companies which do it. Star Trek was originally considered to be a commercial failure. However, during the syndicated reruns, the number of fans was constantly growing, and they wanted more Star Trek. Very soon fanfiction started to appear, and Paramount, in that time owner of the Star Trek IP, was smart enough to look the other way. Even though fanfiction technically breaks the copyright and trademark laws, most of the times creators of fanfiction were smart enough to distribute it amongst other fans completely for free. As technology became cheaper, more and more fan TV shows started to appear, many of them online. One of the first fan films was Paragon's Paragon from 1974, which was an unofficial 16mm adaptation of the James Blish novel Spock Must Die. Other shows include Starship Exeter, Starship Farragut, Star Trek Dark Armada, Star Trek Horizon, Star Trek A Hidden Frontier, Star Trek Intrepid, Star Trek Odyssey, Star Trek Phoenix, probably also others. I listed only the shows I heard about. Some of the shows actually started to get more and more professional. Some of them even included guest appearances by people who worked on the quote-unquote official Star Trek productions. For example, my personal favorite fan show called Star Trek New Voyages, later renamed to Star Trek Phase 2, had an episode written by DC Fontana, one by Mr. Sci-Fi, Mark Scott Zicree, and one by David Gerrold, and appearances by Walter Koenig, George Takei, Grace Lee Whitney, Majel Barrett, Barbara Luna, Vic Mignogna, Dennis Crosby, Mary Linda Rapalais, William Wyndon, Malachi Throne, Eddie Pesky, John Winston, and even people like Andrew Probert or Richard Hatch. Another show, Star Trek Continues, had Chris Doohan, the son of James Doohan, and irregular actors in the JJ movies, the Mythbusters star Grant Imahara, Doug Drexler, John D. Lancy, Michael Dorn, Michael Forrest, Jason Isaacs, who was by the way credited as Jason Lorca, Rekha Sharma, Marina Sirtis, and many other professional actors. And it even managed to create a wonderful bridge between the original series and the motion picture. Tim Russ started two other projects, one of them was called Of Gods and Men, which featured many Trek guest stars, and Star Trek Renegades, which was even proposed to CBS as a potential official Star Trek show. And the great thing is that CBS used to tolerate these projects as long as the creators didn't make any money. But back in 2016 a huge change happened. Star Trek Axanar, started by another Star Trek veteran, Alec Peters. Everybody who read Peters' script loved it, so much hype was created around it. Many professional actors were hired, and Prelude to Axanar was released, which is simply brilliant. If I won't forget, I will link to it on YouTube. Then they wanted to do the full film. They managed to raise more than $1 million on Kickstarter, and that's when CBS first attacked the fans. They sued the Axanar production team back in 2015, and in 2016 they released the horrible fan film guidelines. To be perfectly honest, the Axanar team did make money on CBS's intellectual property, so I'm kind of indifferent on this. On one side, I know that what CBS did was perfectly legal. On the other side, I believe it was a wrong thing to do from a kind of a strategical point of view. Axanar would be a great promotion for the 50th anniversary in 2016, and your insane lawsuit was the direct reason why Star Trek Beyond flopped. CBS has also a pretty bad relation with YouTubers. They regularly take the monetization on videos which absolutely fall under fair use, and sometimes even pull them down without any good legal reason. They have attacked me, they have attacked much bigger channels, and they basically bullied people like SF Debris from YouTube. But fan films are not the only thing fans have produced over the years. A fan from United Kingdom, let's call him Scragnog, started a few years ago to build a virtual representation of the Paramount Stage 9 using the wonderful Unreal 4 engine. He started a YouTube channel, Scragnog's Den, where he regularly posted updates about his project, named Stage 9. Later, the goal of the project changed from a virtual recreation of Stage 9 to a virtual recreation of the USS Enterprise D. Many more developers from all over the world were brought in, and versions for different operating systems, including a virtual reality build, started to be offered for downloads, and fans loved it. I know it because I'm a fan and I loved it. I mean, I have done several videos showing that what was actually ready in the currently available version. In this wonderful free, and I repeat, free software, you could visit the Enterprise Bridge, several corridors, the transporter rooms, engineering, and many crew quarters. You could also take a shuttle and fly around the Enterprise D, check out Deep Space Nine, or fly the ship to different places. You could even fight the Borg if you wanted. There were also holodecks, in which you could check alternate bridges from the first season, from Tomorrow's Enterprise, from All Good Things, and from Star Trek Generations, but also the bridge from Kirk's Enterprise. This little piece of software brought the fans endless hours of joy. To be a bit personal for a moment, when I was a kid, I wanted to live on the USS Enterprise D. And I, still now as an adult, hope that one day I will be able to build a house which will look similar to the Enterprise D, at least the bridge. So for me, getting the chance to walk on the bridge, even though only virtually, or taking the shuttle and flying in space, that was a childhood dream come true. I have even bought a new graphic card when my old one wasn't able to deal with the latest version. And I started to be interested in VR hardware. There are a few things I need to make clear, even more than I already did. The project didn't claim any ownership of the IP. The project didn't use any copyrighted music or any copyrighted footage or anything like that. However, of course, it used copyrighted designs, because you can't really create the Enterprise without calling it the Enterprise, or without making it look like the Enterprise. And again, the software was distributed for free. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to pretend that these facts somehow make the project legal. I hope it's absolutely clear that this project was indeed illegal, What I'm trying to say is that we all were hoping that because CBS is not losing any money and these guys are not making any money, they will simply quote-unquote look the other way, just like Paramount used to do for basically decades. But nope. The project, which was too good to be true, was shut down on September the 12th, 2018, because the team has received a cease and desist letter from CBS. So yes, CBS has killed another fan project. Scragnog has posted a much more detailed video, which I will hopefully not forget to link down in the description. All I wanted to add to this is my personal opinion, and that is Star Trek is not in good hands right now. CBS thinks for some reason that attacking the fans is the correct way how to make money. Did they forget that the customers need to be happy? It took me more than a week until I was able to sit down and write something which wouldn't be filled with profanities, but even now I'm still pretty angry about this. I honestly think that this was a horrible idea. Even though the decision to kill the project was completely legal, the killing of another fan project was the last drop for me. I have already pre-ordered the Blu-ray of the first season of Star Trek Discovery, but I don't think I will ever buy anything Star Trek related by CBS. I am not suggesting any kind of boycott or anything like that, I'm just stating what I think I will do. If they think that declaring a war against the fans is a good idea from a financial point of view, I feel like I must show them that they are wrong. Thank you very much for listening, and see you very soon. Bye.